Hey everybody, welcome to week number 9 of 9 weeks and 2 days today. A lot happened this week, so I'll just get right into everything. I cannot believe I'm 9 weeks already. Things are just flying by. And I'm really anxious to start getting some stuff done, find out the gender of the baby, so we can do even more, because I just figure if it's flying by this quick, this early, when it's like my third trimester, I feel like, it's going to seem like it's overnight. So, symptoms this week, I definitely had less nausea at the beginning of the week. I wasn't really sick at all, which really kind of worried me. But every time I worry, my husband just says, don't, relax. And it seems like it always comes back with a vengeance after that. So I was sick for a couple days straight. I guess it's payback for worrying or whatever. But still not terrible. I'm still not throwing up. I've only ever thrown up that one time. The one thing I am getting a lot of is headaches, but I think I'm not sure that that's pregnancy related or if it's allergy related or a combination of both, but I definitely am getting more headaches. I got some baby stuff this weekend. We had to go to a birthday party on Saturday, and we were out shopping, so I picked up a couple baby things. The first thing I got was a set of Gerber hats. They're kind of way messed up and don't look like they did, but just a couple different colorful hats. I think I bought hats before too. We went for the hospital visit, and they had it set up really, really nice, and with like you got like a ton of stuff. So one of the things they gave you was a pregnancy planner, and it's kind of nice. It has stickers where you can stick for the doctor's appointments. It has a sleeve for the ultrasounds. It has, let me show you here, section for like notes and questions that it asks for each trimester, and it has a calendar you can write in where you can record like where you had a doctor appointment and things like that. So that was kind of nice to get that, because I kind of wanted something like that anyway, so it was really nice that they did that. The other thing they got, which I didn't know how I felt about this at first, but after going through this, I love this idea. And I think that you can, what it is, it's a time capsule for the baby. And this is the top. And there's stickers that you put in it, that you put like their 21st birthday or 18th birthday, whatever you want. And it's just, Corky, stop. It's just a really cool idea. And it gives you ideas of what to put in here. We're going to put like the paper from the day the baby's born. It's got a whole like booklet that you fill out, like how much gas is on the time they're born, how much like different food items are, how much like your mortgage is, how much like you make in a paycheck, what kind of cars you drive, the address of their first house. It's just, I think it's kind of a neat idea. And you could, buy something like this. It's from the Time Capsule Company, I think it's called. I'm sure they have a website if you Googled it. For like a baby's time capsule, but I just think it's a really cool idea. And you wouldn't even need to like order a kit. You could just do something yourself. But it came with all kinds of stickers for like to put the date on the outside. There's also labels for like pictures or whatever of different people. They tell you to include a photo book. So there's a huge sticker for a photo album. There's video stickers and everything. They say, which I think is kind of a cool idea, to like take a tour of your house in case you moved, or in case the house changed or whatever, just to kind of show them, even like the decor and stuff. 20 years from now, decor is going to be totally different. So I just think it's kind of cool. They also have in here letters that people can write. It just says message to the future, and we were thinking we'd have each of our parents write a letter. We would each write a letter, and they have little envelopes too that go with it, and it again says do not open until. And then what else is in here? They made a list somewhere, because there's other junk in here that I got from the hospital. You can also register it online at timecapsule.com, so you must be able to order additional stuff. And I know they said at that website they also have different things for the day the baby's born, like events or whatever. And it came with a card here of a whole different like list of things you can put in there. I'll just go through a couple. Like I said, the daily newspaper from the day they're born. You could do a videotape of the local nightly news, a television guide. You could put like your ID bracelets from the hospital, ticket stubs from popular things, a menu from your favorite restaurant, coins from that year, a receipt from the grocery store, a grocery store circular, which that'd be kind of cool. Because when we bought this house, I forget where it was, but there was newspapers somewhere, and it was kind of neat to see the prices of stuff. I don't know, just photographs of different things in your area. It's just kind of neat. And I didn't, like I said, I didn't think that I would like it as much as I did, but as I looked into it, it's like a cute little thing. You know, they tell you not to bury it because obviously burying it can ruin it. You know, just keep it in a closet or whatever and seal it. But I thought it was a really neat idea. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I bought some books for the baby this week, which I think our baby is going to have a ton of books because there's a huge book sale next week, and then I'm going to and plan to get a bunch of books. But I figure you can never have enough, and so books are going to be definitely our baby's thing. The next thing I want to talk about is the hospital tour. I'll call it Hospital B, which just to review a little bit, we were not planning on going to this hospital. I figured, no, they really would have to wow me to be able to change my mind about anything. The biggest concern was that they had a NIC unit where the other hospital does not. But I'll just go. So basically, we went there. It was super nice. They had like balloons at the door, a huge balloon bouquet that said baby shower. They had like, it was just, you could really tell that they put time into this. They had like trays of fruit and trays of like cheese and crackers, water, soda, juice, things like that. They had a whole table of like different information. I got a bunch of information about different things in our area in regards to baby, and also I got the time capsule and the pregnancy planner. So, you know, we sat down with, you know, really high hopes that, you know, good would come out of this. There were 4 different people that were there. One was like, she was a nurse of some sort. She was more of like the program leader. She didn't really talk about her area or anything. She just kind of led the meeting. There was a night nurse from the maternity ward after you deliver where you go. A night nurse from there, a NIC unit nurse, and a nurse from labor and delivery. I'll talk a little bit about their area. So what basically happened is they talked a little bit about, you know, each area when you come in. You know, like, let's say it's the middle of the night or whatever, emergency sends you up to the labor and delivery. I think I talked about this before, where in this hospital you change rooms. The labor and delivery room was very similar to the labor and delivery. It was almost identical to the room at the other hospital. So there wasn't much difference there. The major difference was that they only have 2 whirlpool tubs. Not every room has them, only 2, which I'm pretty sure that they're probably the rooms that go, you know, quickest. So I think probably the chances of you getting them are much less likely to be able to do, you know, I don't want to do a water birth, but I like the idea of being able to use the whirlpool tub for pain relief, which I've heard, you know, can make all the difference in the world. So that was, you know, that wasn't something that would necessarily change our mind, but, you know, it was something. They talked about the thing that definitely was like the beginning of it for me, where I knew we definitely would not use this hospital. They talked about allowing visitors, because like I said, they change rooms. So you're in one room, you switch to the other room, and it's like a regular hospital room, so it's tiny. They limit your visitors to 4 visitors. Now, to some people that wouldn't seem like a big deal, but we have a huge family. And even my husband, because he was really set on the idea of the NIC unit being right there. So he's like, you know, let's not worry. I said, you know, the only way I'd feel comfortable, and this makes me sound bad, but I don't care, even delivering here, is if you told your family they couldn't visit. Because I'm not going to tell my parents, or, you know, I have sisters with, you know, their family and stuff that I'm very close to. I'm not even talking about people that I have aunts that I'm very close to. And I can't see telling them, you can't come. I mean, when you're only allowed 4 people and the visiting hours are like from 12 to 8 or whatever, most people work until 5. I just can't. I just don't. I don't like that idea. With other hospital, it was up to you. The woman tried to say, well, you won't want more than 4 visitors anyway, and that's fine. Maybe that's how I'll feel, but I'd like that option if I don't feel that way. In the other hospital, it's your room. You have as many people in there as you want. So, wasn't loving that fact. They also don't guarantee you a private room like the other hospital does. The other hospital, there is 1 bed. You know, there's no way to put 2 different beds in there. You're guaranteed a private room. This, they try to, you know, obviously they only put 1 person in a room until it fills up, and then they try to put more in there. And she said, you know, because I tried to ask her, how often does it happen? Like this year, could you tell me how often it happens? She's like, well, in October there were a couple of days. I'm like, okay, so it probably happens several times a year. I don't like that idea, because at the other hospital they brought up a good point. If you've given birth and you have your baby in your room, and you're with another mom and their child, you're trying to sleep, and let's say their baby's not sleeping at that time, their baby's hungry, they're screaming, you're not going to be able to get any rest at all. And, you know, I think it's so important to be able to rest. So, you know, I did not like that either. The other thing that was like, I was set, and this is what finally convinced Paul that it was not worth it. You know, they talked about after you give birth to the baby, you know, you have like an hour or so with the baby, and then it goes to get weighed and blood typed and whatever other tests they do. And I said, and I asked this question because they failed to mention this, which I thought was, you know, a huge indicator. I said, now do the dads get to go with the babies? Well, they can go with them, but they have to stand outside of where they're doing the tests and stuff. Like, they take them to like a nursery area. And on the tour we saw this. It's a huge room where they do the tests is way in the back, and the fathers can stand at the windows. I don't feel comfortable with that. You know, what are they doing? And I don't mean to sound bad, but why can't a father go in there? I don't like that at all. Where at the other hospital, Hospital A, I'll call it, the fathers can go with them during the test. They take them to a nursery area too, and the fathers are standing right there. So, you know, I just don't like, I just don't like that at all. I don't like the idea of that at all. Let's see. Oh, the other thing that they told me, which I'm going to call the other hospital about, because when we went to the other hospital, Hospital A, they told us that if something happens where the baby needs to go to the NIC unit, they contact the NIC unit at this hospital. They send a team over to evaluate the child and, you know, determine if it needs to go. They get the baby over there right away, then they discharge you and you get admitted over there. Well, Hospital B says that's not at all the case. They say they no longer will admit the moms, which, hold on a second, I'll be right back.